Hi everyone, MARKCHES here. Welcome to the channel, and today I'll be comparing two of the newest signature sneakers from Adidas. On my right is a Dawn Issue 3 and on my left is a Trae one. So let's find out which one is for you. Let's go. We start off first with the uppers of these two sneakers. On the Trae ones, it features a mesh upper from the forefoot to the heel, and similarly to the Dawn Issue 3, it has mesh from the forefoot to the heel with some synthetic overlays and fusing on the Dawn Issue 3, while the overlays on the Trae one features a more premium material, which is suede from the tip of the toe area, lateral part, and even on the lace lock, and even on the heel. So the main difference between the mesh material of these two are the Trae ones is more fusy. You can really feel it while you're touching it. It's a lot thicker, in my opinion, compared to the Dawn Issue 3. And the Dawn Issue 3 is a lot softer. It has fusing, but not as fused as the ones on the Trae. Yeah, this one really feels, you can really hear that sound is lesser on the Dawn Issue 3. In terms of performance, both have very good support. As for the upper, I would say both materials doesn't stretch that much, especially on the Trae because it's a lot thicker and it really holds your foot down to the footbed. And even on the Dawn Issue 3, I didn't have any problems on the support, laterally, medially. And of course, another thing that helps that in that aspect is, of course, the cushion goes up on both sneakers. You can see the Dawn Issue 3 cushion going up here, and also on the Trace, it really goes up. The slide strike foam goes up too. So as for support laterally, it's relatively the same. Both are very supportive. And let's move on to the mid part of the sneaker, which is one of the main difference between these two sneakers. On the Dawn Issue 3, it has a tongue, while on the Trace, it's just a one booty upper, although the design of the Trace, in my opinion, is a lot cleaner. But in terms of performance, I like the tongue on the Dawn Issue 3 because you can easily adjust the fit, and if you want it snug and if you want to loosen it up on some parts, the tongue will give you that, while on the Trace, you couldn't do that. You just need to get the right size for the Trace, so watch out for that. If you have the time to fit them first in the store, I highly recommend that. But if you are buying online, I would suggest go with the same size on the Dawn Issue 3 and even the Hardens and also in Dames. So as for the lacing system, I would go for the lacing system of the Dawn Issue 3 because I like a traditional tongue, which gives you a better fit to the sneaker when you're lacing it up. And now moving on to the heel part of the sneaker, let's see the height. Both are equal in the height around the heel part, but the groove around the ankle on the Trace is a lot deeper compared to the Dawn Issue. So the Dawn Issue 3 gives you more ankle protection or ankle support. I think Donovan likes that more because he's more of an explosive player. He likes doing lateral cuts with a lot of force and a lot of torque. So I think he wants a sneaker to hold up his ankle or feel a little bit more protected. And speaking of ankle protection, there's a lot of padding around the Dawn Issue 3. So I guess he wants it to have a little bit more ankle protection compared to the Trace. But on the Trace, if you like a low-cut sneaker, if you want that full ankle mobility on a sneaker, the Trace will give you that. But if you want ankle protection, the Dawn Issue 3 will give you that. And as for heel lockdown, heel containment, heel support, I would say it's a lot better in the Dawn Issue 3 given that it has a lot more padding around the Achilles. It has a thicker Achilles pillows compared to the Trace. But if you want it to be lesser padding, some people like that, they don't want it to be too restrictive around the ankle, the Trace is for you. But if you want that really thick padding and heel containment, for me personally, I like the padding on the Dawn Issue 3 better compared to the Trae ones. As for the ease of wear of the sneaker, both are kind of very easy to wear. Even though there's no pull tab on the tongue of the Dawn Issue 3, It has a thong, so it's quite easier to put your foot in, while on the Trace, the groove is low and there's 2 pull tabs on the Trace, so it's quite easy to put your foot in on both sneakers. Now let's move on to the cushion part of this 2 sneaker. The Dawn Issue 3 features a full-length Light Strike foam, while on the Trace, it has Light Strike foam in the forefoot and Boost on the heel. So the main difference between the 2 cushion setup of this, the Light Strike foam of the Dawn Issue 3 is thicker compared to the Light Strike foam on the Trace. The Trace is really close to the ground compared to the Dawn Issue, while on the heel, impact protection is kind of I'm more in favor of the Boost. It has more impact protection and a little bit more bounce back on the heel compared to the Light Strike foam on the Dawn Issue 3. But in terms of the forefoot, this is where it's kind of different. On the forefoot on the Trace, when you're walking, you can feel the plushness of the Light Strike, while on the Dawn Issue 3, when you're walking, you wouldn't feel the Light Strike sagging. So the density of the foam of the Dawn Issue 3 is a little bit more dense, so you will feel the bounciness and impact protection on the Light Strike foam of the Dawn Issue when you are running and when you are jumping. That's the moment that you will feel the cushion more. But if you're just walking around with the Dawn Issue 3, you wouldn't feel it that much. So that's one huge difference between the cushion setup of these 2. So if you want lower to the ground and impact protection is amazing, the Trae one's for you. But if you want more bounce, especially in the forefoot, and more cushion, the Dawn Issue 3 is for you. Now let's move on to the traction or outsole of these 2 sneakers. One thing that I like more on the Trae ones is the decoupled outsole on the Trae ones. It has a better heel-to-toe transition. The Dawn Issue 3 is stiffer when you're bending it compared to the Trae ones where you can easily bend it. And of course, another thing that I like more on the Trae ones traction is the rubber material that they use. It has deeper grooves and it's more pliable. It bends a little bit more and it's thick. Indoor, outdoor use on the Trae ones is very, very nice. While on the Dawn Issue, you can rock this off court, you can play with this off court, indoors, but on a dusty floor, the Trae one is better. It performs better on a dusty floor. As for the sizing of these 2 sneakers, go half a size down from your true to size. So my true to size is size 11. So on these 2 Adidas sneakers, I'm 10.5 US. So regular footers half size down and wide footers go true to your size. As for the pricing of these 2 sneakers, this is 5,800 pesos. So that's around 115 US dollars. And this one is 6,500 pesos. So that's around 130 US dollars. So $15 difference between these 2. So my final verdict between these 2, if you like more cushion, bounciness in the forefoot, and a lot more heel containment, lockdown, and more ankle protection, the Dawn Issue 3 is for you. But if you want better traction, lower to the ground, and of course, a lower ankle cut on a sneaker, the Trae one's for you. And let's just check the width of both sneakers. The Trae are a little bit more wide on the forefoot. So this is really made for a knockdown shooter who wants to get their bands quickly to get off a shot. The Trace is for you. But the Dawn Issue is not that narrow either. It's still really wide, but it's not as wide as the Trae ones. So that's it on my comparison between the Trae one and the Dawn Issue 3. Let me know in the comments down below which one you like more and why. Thank you for dropping by this channel, guys. Thank you for your support. I appreciate you guys. I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers.